What's up, spectators? Welcome back to the episode of Ace Attorney 6. Last time, politician was claiming that he was standing by a tree and noticed Dad's Arble running away from the victim's house. But we presented the fact that if he was standing by the tree, he should have seen the body of Archie Buff. In any case, I'd like the court to acknowledge the inconsistency in the witness's testimony. Mr. Otishan Wimperson, did you really see Mr. Arble? Yes! Hold it! Where do you think you're going? Oh, I thought I'd return to my seat, seeing as I had already answered the question. This isn't some small town hall debate, so you just stay right there until I say we're through. I'll have to run that by my campaign manager before I...
Objection!
Mr. Otishan Wimperson, I think it's time for you to come clean. So then, does this mean he didn't see Mr. Arble? As your lawyer, Mr. Otishan Wimperson, I advise you divulge that matter we discussed. Silence is no longer an option. Are you sure about this? I'm in the midst of running for office. I can't afford to let any strange rumors get out. Don't worry, you won't suffer any blowback for what you're about to reveal. I'm not sure I like the sound of that, Mr. Wright. Not to worry, Your Honor. Nothing untoward will come of this, I promise. Now then, Mr. Justice. Remember how it was an anonymous caller that reported the doctor's death? They say that a lot. Come to think of it. Come to think of it. Emma, who was the first one to discover the body? About that. Whoever it was, it seems they wanted to remain anonymous. It happens now and then. Some people would rather not get involved with the police. You're not saying that. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. The anonymous source who contacted the police after discovering the body was... my client, Mr. Paul Otishan Wimperson. You don't say. So, you see, he played his part as a concerned citizen quite admirably, if I may say so. Isn't that right? Yes, indeed. In our society today, there are too many who choose indifference over righteous action. But I don't number among them. That's why I did my duty as a concerned citizen. One might call me the model citizen, one worthy of standing above the rest. What a real standard bearer he is, reporting it anonymously. And by the way, Mr. Justice, wasn't there someone else at the scene of the crime when my client discovered the body? Oh, you mean Mr. Arble. He would have been leaving the doctor's house right around then. That means... yes, it does. In short, what my client witnessed was Mr. Arble fleeing the scene of a heinous murder. And that's not all. Based on what we've heard so far, Mr. Arble looked exceedingly suspicious, and that's putting it mildly. We already know the Defiant Dragon threatened the doctor with bodily harm. And now that they've killed him, the so-called orb transfer agreement is null and void. Apollo, if we don't come up with some sort of counter-argument. And what sort of evidence do you have? Can you actually prove that it was Mr. Arble who killed the doctor? That move had desperate written all over it. It's all I got, so I'm going with it. Evidence? I suppose it's true that I don't have any. I knew it. But I do have another witness. You do? You should know I always come fully prepared, Mr. Justice. No, you don't. And my new witness will provide testimony proving Mr. Arbel's guilt. A new witness. Wonder who it could be. It's the kid. Very well. Bailiff, please summon our new witness. In the meantime, the court will take a brief recess. I'd like both sides to use this time to prepare properly, understood? I knew Mr. Wright would put up a tough fight, but... yeah, just when I thought we had him, he turned the tables on us. He really is the turnabout terror. We can't let him blindside us again. Looks like they got me again! 3 times in 1 year. That's a new record. Arr, 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 arr. That's please. No more new records or bad puns while you're at it. It's hard enough trying to help you as it is. Roger that. I'll be more careful next time. Dats, is what Mr. Wright said true? Did you really pay a visit to Dr. Buff that night? Sure did. Can't remember the exact time, though. All I know is he wouldn't hand over the orb. Someone put it in his head that we rebels were dangerous. That's why he threw me out. So the doctor was still alive when Dats last saw him. We'll still have to prove it, though. Better brace yourself, son. The next witness's testimony could make or break this case. Yeah, I know. Where's Trucy? She went to go see your dad. Maybe she's still mad. More like worried. Worried that this trial will create a rift between you two. And that you might leave the agency. She has an active imagination. Excuse me, the trial will be resuming shortly. Well, let's go see what the new testimony awaits us. All right, court is back in session. Mr. Wright, you said you had a witness. Your Honor, I'd like to call the lone survivor of the doctor's murder to the stand. He can't mean that Sarge is here. You mean Dr. Buff's reclusive son? How'd you get him to cooperate? Nothing a little persuasion couldn't handle. The poor child only agreed to help if it meant catching the killer. Getting a kid like that to overcome his fear, now that's impressive. This must be really important testimony for the kid to come out in public like this. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please call your witness to the stand. Oh my. Sergeant Buff at your service, sir. He's here as the drone? Really? Mr. Wright, what exactly is the meaning of this? Past trauma has rendered it impossible for the witness to venture into public. Leaving home was hard enough, and it seems leaving the witness lobby was just too much. But I'd still like to continue with testimony delivered via the drone. I understand it must be terrible to lose one's father like that. But testimony via a remote-controlled toy. Well, let's take things for a spin and see how it goes. Just who's piloting this trial anyway? The judge sure warmed up to the idea fast. I think the phrase you're looking for is gave up. You disappoint me, Corporal Justice, to think I once called you comrade. Defending the man who killed Papa? That's full-on treason, soldier. I hereby demote you back to private. Corporal? Private? What's he talking about, Apollo? It's a long story. Now then, are you ready to testify, youngster? Locked and loaded, sir. Ready to rain lead down upon the perpetrator. Papa met with someone the night he died. I didn't have eyes on the ground as I've already mounted my siege defense, but I did hear him arguing with someone in his study. From my window, I saw the one designated Dats getting rejected from the premises. After that, the man lingered around the perimeter for some time. He must have regrouped and killed my papa in the study later. I just know it. So he was thrown out, but later returned and committed the murder, did he? Yes, Your Honor. So the man my client saw really must have been the fleeing Mr. Arbel. Objection! Right, you backstabbing no good. I didn't kill no one. It's the enemy. Ready all missiles and fire! Capitalist pig! I'll turn you into pork stroganoff. And that's just the taste of my ultimate anti-swine weapon. It fires missiles too? Yes, well, the witness is all yours, Mr. Justice. Papa met with someone the night he died. Hold it! Your father met with someone. I was in the midst of a crucial defensive siege operation. Right. You're referring to how you don't leave your room, correct? You never know where the enemy might be lurking outside the siege perimeter. What about, school? Oh, I don't go to boot camp, I'm a soldier. A sergeant doesn't associate with rookies still too green to fight. With a kid like this, I bet Dr. Buff won't be getting any rest in the afterlife either. It was very brave of you to come to the courthouse today. But what was that you said about a siege defense? That, well, I didn't have eyes on the ground, as I'd already mounted my siege defense. Hold it! Sarge, I've always wondered, who or what are you battling? That's classified. Even so, it may be relevant to this case.
Objection!
I don't know if you're the right person to be asking about things like that. That's right. Such matters need to be handled with a certain delicacy. Oh, I guess curiosity got the better of me. You're all talk and no action, soldier. Out on the battlefield, it ain't the number of pretty words in your repertoire, but the number of bullets in your gun belt that counts. Easy for you to say. You're the one with all of them. Would the witness please tell this court what he saw and heard that night? I did hear him arguing with someone in his study.
Hold it!
What was the argument about? I heard things like, "Where's the orb?" and "Are you defying dragons really criminals?" It sounded real volatile, like a war might break out at any second. So the two of them had an argument when Dats came to get the orb. Did you see or hear anything else? Yeah, I heard them arguing, and then silence. From my window, I saw the one designated Dats getting ejected from the premises.
Hold it!
How is Mr. Arbel acting? Like a conquered trooper retreating with his tail between his legs. A trooper? Well, I guess he does dress like he's in the military. I bet those two would have really hit it off had they met under different circumstances. Yeah, I can see that. And so the defeated soldier was expelled. But that wasn't the end. After that, the man lingered around the perimeter for some time.
Hold it!
That does seem suspicious. He kept hiding behind trees and telephone poles and stealing glasses at our house. Well, he couldn't exactly leave without the orb. I bet he was angry that he'd been kicked out. He must have regrouped and killed my papa in the study later. I just know it.
Hold it!
But don't you keep your front door unlocked? If so, then anyone could have gotten in. That's true. Papa didn't keep our house locked up. He said there was no need because there were only good people in Kurain Village. Yet he ended up dead anyway. Only a monster could do what they did to my kind, trusting Papa. There will be no mercy! I vow swift and terrible vengeance. I'll carpet bomb the killer with everything in my arsenal. While I sympathize with you, witness, you'll refrain from firing Gatling guns in this court. So Sarge saw Dads too. And just when I thought things couldn't get any worse. I wonder why he hung around after being thrown out. I hate to say this, but if Dats is proven to be the killer, we'll lose the orb to the plaintiff. So our only option is to prove the Defiant Dragons had nothing to do with the murder. Papa met with someone the night he died. Okay, well, shoot. What the heck do I have for evidence? Hold on. Hold on. Let's try this one.
Objection!
Ah, shit. Okay. Okay, let me see what else I can find. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh dear. This is not good. Looks like I'm gonna lose this one. Alright, hold on. After that, the man lingered. Must have regrouped. How do I do this? From his window, huh?
Objection!
Ah, well, I lost. That's okay, because my BFF Nathan told me that I should fail this one and see what happens. Like, lose the case. Please, okay, yeah, it's wrong. Never present evidence before you have a good grasp of the situation at hand. Right, sorry. And as the presiding judge, here's a penalty. That's enough! I see no need to further prolong this trial. The Defiant Dragons have failed to sufficiently show their right to the item in question. Therefore, ownership is hereby awarded to the plaintiff, Mr. Politician. That creep politician stole the Founder's Orb right out of our hands. The dream of revolution in the kingdom of Kurain died that day, and we returned to our daily lives. As for my relationship with Mr. Wright, the word awkward comes to mind. Let's just say it was never really the same. Oh, okay. Well, that's his fault. Ah. So this is the statement? Huh. Alright, let's go with the drone then, since the drone has the camera.
Objection!
That's what they wanted, okay. Sarge, are you hiding something from me? How dare you question your superior officer like that? You want to get in on this stroganoff action with Pig Boy over here, soldier? That sounds delicious. Sorry, but I'm afraid lawyers are missile-proof. What? Would the defense care to explain? It's simple, Your Honor. Just as he's able to see what's happening in court right now, Sarge was able to see what was happening in the study then. With his cherished drone, of course. Now that you mention it. And to think the answer was right before our eyes this whole time. Sarge, you were perfectly capable of patrolling the study that night. So you must have seen something. I'm hit! What is this strange new weaponry you're using against me? Courtroom warriors don't use guns or missiles because evidence is our weapon of choice. And the evidence has exposed your bald-faced lie. My truth bomb, Sarge, has stripped your defenses bare. Truth bomb? Mayday! Oh, okay. Oh my, are you alright? Evidence. Never have I seen such fearsome ordnance. Tell it to us straight, Sarge. After all, you want to help your father, don't you? Yes, you want to find out who killed him, don't you? So please tell us what you saw that night. It's not what you think. I didn't see anything, I swear. You sure? You seem awfully stressed for someone who didn't see anything. Sarge, you need to answer my question. Shut your pie-hole, maggot! It'll be a scorching day in Siberia before a lowly private like you orders me around. What's with him in Siberia, of all places? But if a scorching day is what it'll take, then maybe it's time to turn up the heat. Yeah, that's a real baby boomer thing to say. And the Cold War, if it weren't for me, you'd be in Siberian gulag. Oh, blah, blah, you know, boomers. You think a therapy session might help? Well, it could help alleviate some of his anxiety. Plus, I'm picking up a lot of discord in Sarge's voice. That usually means the patient wants to say something but can't for some reason. And in Sarge's case, I imagine whatever's plaguing him's pretty severe. In that case, I leave it to you and your mood matrix. You got it! Your Honor, I believe I can be of help here. Time for his therapy session, is it, Miss Sykes? Yes, it'll help the witness with his anxiety, maybe even enough to testify. Then by all means, please bring the poor child out into the light of day. But I assume this will be alright with you, Mr. Wright. Why not? It's not like we all haven't been through this before. What are you butting in for, lady? There ain't a place on this battlefield for you.
Objection!
I beg to differ, Sarge. This G.I. Jane's always ready for a fight in the courtroom. And wait until you see what I got in my arsenal. Analytical psychology. With it, I'm gonna blow a big ol' hole in the armor you built around your heart. First evidence, now analytical psychology. Where are these WMDs coming from? Well, if it's a battle you want, bring it on. You may have started this war, but I'm going to end it, Corpse Woman Sykes. Core Woman, Corpse Woman. You got it, Sarge. Time to seek out the agony buried deep in your heart. Brace yourself. I stayed in my room with my drone that evening. I heard Dats and Papa arguing with each other. Dats got kicked out, but I saw him still hanging around outside. I was in my room, so I didn't know Papa was dead until the next day. So I'm looking for unexpected emotions and unnatural reactions, right? Right. Emotions and reactions that don't fit the content of his testimony. When you find one, make sure you point it out to me. Also, remember not to view his emotional reactions in isolation. Sometimes it's important to see how they change from one statement to the next. Okay, I'll give it a try.
Got it!
This emotion isn't that out of place given the statement. What? That's nonsense. I heard Dats and Papa arguing with each other. Dats got kicked out, but I saw him still hanging out outside.
Got it!
What? Okay.
Got it!
It's random. That's strange. You reacted with shock when you discovered your father's body. Yet you weren't nearly as shocked then as when you saw Mr. Arbel. Normally, you'd expect the death of one's father to be much more impactful. Enemy fire, direct hit. That is strange. Wonder what it could mean. Well, we know he wasn't as affected by his father's death as he should have been. And I think I know why. Sarge, you weren't as shocked at seeing your father's body as seeing Mr. Arbel because... something else shocked you? Did something else shock you when you saw Mr. Arbel? Something even more shocking than your father's death. Like what exactly, Apollo? I don't know, maybe a mouse or a cockroach? Gross. Foolish cannon fodder! Vermin are powerless in the face of my deadly arsenal. I'll pump them full of lead. Sounds kind of messy, don't you think? Then I'll develop new weaponry. Maybe a flamethrower do the trick. Sure, as long as you keep it for vermin use only. Guess it wasn't something like mice or cockroaches. But it was worth a try. What else could it be? Maybe the truth is you left your room that night. And that's when you saw it, your father's body. I saw no such thing. Really? You didn't see his body? Alright then. What did you see? Look, Apollo. We've lost some noise. So, just as I suspected, he really did see something. Sarge, please, tell us what you saw. But... the moment I saw it, oh, I couldn't bear it. I couldn't stand to lose yet another loved one. Am I missing something here? Is that why you weren't very shocked when you found out your father was dead? Because you'd already sensed that he was a goner somehow. Maybe. Please, Sarge, what is it that you saw the night of your father's murder? I saw... What's happening? I don't like where this is going. I've confiscated your little toy. The battlefield has no place for unauthorized equipment. Widget! Apollo, I can't continue the session without him. Calm yourself this instant, witness. I hereby order you to submit your therapy session. What in blazes? Look at me, I'm judge, jury, and executioner now. I hereby convene a military tribunal. What insolence! Kill the child! Whoa, whoa, this has gone way too far. Bailiff, arrest that drone this instant! You don't come quietly, Al. Oh. This would have been such a cool cutscene. Finally got him back. And with that, I'm gonna end this video here, so stay tuned tomorrow for the next episode where we finally finish the therapy session, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye!